was there, Shauna, her whole team, Paula's whole team, Wendy Downs was there, who's a new promoter who I think is on the call or jumping on in a second. So it was just amazing. And then I got to go out with your husband. I know you're jealous. To dinner after the Keto Life Party. And he just spoke so much life into me. It just got me fired up all over again. So Jessica does not live in Austin, Texas, but it just goes to show you guys that we have such a huge community and family base even all over the world. And she's been such a huge part in my success, along with Mandy Mitchell and Nicolette Cox, who is, my direct mentor, and then even all the way up leading up to Michael Rutherford. So she was willing tonight to get on the phone with us, as several of you are brand new promoters. And then Jessica, I also gave the opportunity for any promoters who have been around, who just wanted to listen in on the call. Maybe there's something that they could pick up, that they weren't already doing, since we can always grow our business and get little tidbits and nuggets from everybody. So first of all, I just wanted to thank you for your time. I know you've got kids and you've got a husband at home who probably wants your attention. But like I said, we're kind of all over the place with people on the call. So Yvette is on the call. She's brand new. Wendy is on the call. She is also brand new. I don't know if I invited Melissa on the call. We also have another gentleman named, I'm drawing a blank right now. He's also brand new. Jeremy Nation, I'm not sure if is on the call. And then if anybody else invited a new promoter to the call, if you could unmute yourself and introduce them, that would be great. Who you see is maybe on. So you guys should have the capability to unmute yourself and you can maybe mention who they are. Yeah, Melissa Campbell is on. She's brand new as well. So like I said, we have a mix of people. So I'm super excited. And Jessica's just I'm going to let you kind of take the floor. Like I said, we have some leaders who have been around, and then we have some people who this is day one. They're a brand new prover looking to, don't even know what to expect. Maybe not sure what their goals are. So I'm pumped.
Yeah. Thank you, Brittany. You're the best. So like Brittany said, I'm Jessica Craig. We've got Mandy on here as well. So
Brittany, start over and say it all again. I'm just kidding.
For a red carpet introduction. See, now we're joined by two awesome legends in the company. Mandy Mitchell is on as well. And Mandy, I hung out with your husband after the KLP party too. So I was soaking me up some Steven and Jack.
Brittany, you need to back off.
I was just telling Jessica, I'm not sorry. I was telling Jessica that we have a wide variety of people on the call. My other friend from Michigan, Danielle Kowalski, she's thinking about promoting. She's got a foot in the door, is kind of ready to pull that trigger, just waiting on some financial things. So we have people on the call who are ready to pull the trigger, join as a promoter. We have people on the call who just joined yesterday, waiting to hit that Start Go challenge. And then we have other promoters who have been around for a while, who are just kind of wanting to pick up some nuggets or get some fresh ideas of how to keep their business growing.
Awesome. I'm so excited. So I love that this is a mix, but honestly, it doesn't matter if you just started yesterday or if you're like Mandy and I and you've been doing this for a little over 2 years. We all do the same things, right? So it literally doesn't matter. I think it's awesome that if you've been in for a while that you're on this call, because that just shows that you really want this. I know, speaking for myself and Mandy as well, every single time I get on a Zoom or a call or I plug into anything that's Prove It related whatsoever, I pick up something new. It doesn't matter if I've heard the same information 15 times. I get something new from it every time I listen. So shout out to you guys who have been on, and then hello to all you newbies. Brittany said that I'm not from Austin, but I don't know if she mentioned I'm actually from Alabama. So that explains my super thick accent. I know if you're from Texas, you probably have one too, but mine's a little over the top. My husband and I both get to do this full time together, y'all. So we're so thankful for Prove It being introduced into our lives. Mandy Mitchell, who's on here tonight, is the one who personally introduced me. I'm not going to go into the whole story, but basically she saved my life by telling me about Prove It and ketones. So this has totally been a complete game changer for me and my entire family, and I'm so thankful. We started November 2016. So it's been 2 years and a few months since we've been doing this. But honestly, to tell you guys the truth, I am just as fired up today, most likely even a little bit more than I was whenever I first got started in this. So for all you newbies, like I know you have that feeling right now of, whoa, what is this? What have I gotten into? I'm so excited. I really want to do this. I really want to make this work. I don't know what to do. I don't know what I'm doing. Like I know you have all these different emotions and different things going through your mind, but I just want to kind of put your mind at ease just a little bit and let you know that you are not in this alone. So like Brittany said, and if I know you guys already know Brittany, and she is a freaking boss. Like this girl is a full-time teacher, a coach. I don't know what the heck she's doing, but she's always got something going on. And you would not know it because she does not miss a beat with her business. Like she's hardcore. So you couldn't ask for a better support. But other than Brittany, you also have several people who are here to help you and support you. So that's definitely one of my favorite things about being in Prove It. Whenever I came into this, I had been in a different company. I've been in network marketing, community-based marketing, MLM, whatever the heck you want to call it. I've been in the game for several years, and I can tell you this, never in my life have I experienced anything like what we have here. Besides the fact that we all know ketones are incredible, our product is amazing. What we have going on is there's nothing else like it, right? But our company, our community, our tools, like everything is just absolutely incredible. And I know there's nothing else out there like it. So with that being said, I just want all of you guys to know that you may not know me personally. We may not have had a conversation on the phone or been directly connected, but I do this full time. My husband does too. So we're definitely here to support you. So don't feel, don't feel uncomfortable. Don't be afraid to ask questions. If you have questions during this Zoom or something in particular that you would like for us to touch on, please feel free to type it in the chat or unmute. This is a small group, so we can all just kind of chat together and ask questions, and we can help you guys out. So I'm going to zip it for just a second and let Mandy kind of introduce herself and tell you guys, what this has done for our stories are very similar because we got started at the same time, but Mandy's just, she's the best, literally the best. If she says something, write it down and do it.
Did you see my face right now? Because what?
I just wanted to give a shout out to Norma and Joey are also on the call, and they're like ready to promote, and they're just kind of like waiting for some things financially to happen or the right time. So we've got really excited people on the call, so I can't wait to hear what you have to say.
That's awesome. But did you check the face I just made when Jess said I was the best? Because earlier she was telling me I'm wrong about stuff on her Instagram story. So I don't know how you can go from telling the whole Instagram world that I'm dumb about food choices.
Listen.
And then tell everybody on here I'm the best. That doesn't
match. Cheese puffs are a hard no. I'm sorry. No. I love you.
The cheese puffs are amazing. Send me all of the ones you bought. So hi, I'm Mandy Mitchell. I live in Oregon with my husband, my teenage kids, my 2 chocolate labs. And just like Jess said, like we started at about the same time. So our stories are super, super similar. My husband, Jack, who's cooking dinner in the kitchen for the kids, he and I get to do this together full time too. So I share that essentially with y'all for a couple of reasons. One, because I think it's a powerful message to send. Like if you're wondering if this is what you want it to be, or if you're wondering if this is something that could actually pay off for you, the fact that Jack and I have put all of our chips in this basket, the fact that he and I put everything in to prove it, and this is the only way that we provide for our family, like we wouldn't mess with our kids' future. So like, this is something real. This is something powerful. This is an incredible opportunity. And we certainly care a whole lot about it. So just like Jess said, Brittany's amazing and works every minute that she can to to crush her business, to crush her goals, to be available for all of you. And what's really cool is that most of you have probably already been in a message with one of us or somebody else, which should show you just the amount of support that's going to be available for you when she is coaching her 8 million kids and teaching her 8 million students and doing all of that stuff. So we're all here to support you and get all of your questions answered. And what I'm most excited about, and why I'm so excited about the fact that there are so many of you on who are just thinking about this, is because people are interested. Like, people are interested in what we're doing. And I'm going to give you a crazy little example of what I mean by that. I got an email the other day. I'm literally on cloud 9 right now. So I need y'all to understand, like, I'm sharing this because I'm so excited and somebody has to hear my story. So it's you, because otherwise it's just going to be my husband. So it's all of you, number one. And number two, because it just sets the example that I'm trying to make, like, everybody's interested in what we're doing. So we just moved into this neighborhood, and I get an email on Friday from a lady that says, "Hi, my name is Andrea. I live in your neighborhood. You just moved in. I see the sticker on your truck about something about ketones. I looked at the website. I just started the keto diet. I need whatever that stuff is. Can I come over and ask you some questions?" So she came over tonight. Not only was she interested, she left with packets. She's going home to order right now. As soon as I get off of here, I'm sending her a little coupon code to use for her first box. But she's coming back on Wednesday to another keto party with the 4 other ladies in the neighborhood who are interested in keto, but sent her to our house tonight to find out what it's all about. So people are interested. Like, the little neighborhood women got together and made another one come over and ask us the questions on their behalf. So this kind of stuff doesn't happen, in my personal opinion, if you're selling Pampered Chef. And I'm using that as an example because the lady who came over here sells Pampered Chef. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people, it's just, the conversation is huge. The topic is huge. People are interested. People are curious. It's currently the most widely searched topic for health, wellness, diet, nutrition that there is. Like, it's something that everybody is going to want a piece of. And I feel just super fired up about the idea that, like, if we don't tell somebody, the next time we talk to them, someone else will have told them. So I know Brittany was just saying, like, some of you are just excited and you want to get started and you're waiting for the right time. Like, the right time is right now. The right time is right now, because there's probably some lady in your neighborhood who has 4 other ladies who are interested in ketones, but they don't know that they can come talk to you. So, I don't know. I'm just freaking fired up tonight. It was like the coolest thing. Jess, she was like, we all follow Keto Dad on Instagram and Facebook, but we just think it's weird to not talk to a person that we know. So, like, I literally moved into their neighborhood and I'm going to save all of their lives. Like, I'm so freaking excited. Like, it was just the coolest thing on the planet. So, people are just super curious about what we're doing. And I would say, if you're even remotely interested in building a business, be in a position where you can be the first person to tell the people in your life about it, because if you don't, someone else will. That's all I got. I don't know what else to say, but
I'll add to that, Mandy, too. Like, you know, I don't know. Like I told you guys earlier, I've done different things in the past. I even sold, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Premier Jewelry, like $60 necklaces, you know, $75 earrings. Like, I sold that as my business because I needed an extra income. I used to be a dental hygienist, and guys, it doesn't matter what you're doing, what your job is, unless you're something super fancy, you most likely need some sort of side income, because especially if you have children, because life is expensive, right? So I have been doing something on the side for my entire adult life. And I never have just felt so great about it. You know what I mean? Like, I always use this example. Like, I can remember whenever I sold Premier Jewelry, and I would go and do a party or show or whatever and get these women to buy this jewelry. And then I would leave and go home, and I would never just feel like, I may have made a couple $100 and that should have made me really happy. But at the end of the day, I felt like, oh, cool, I just talked this lady into buying this $60 necklace that I knew didn't have the money or didn't need to be spending the money on that necklace. You know what I mean? But whenever I share ketones with people every single day, because there's never a day where I'm not sharing it with somebody, I get to lay my head down at night and feel so good about what I did that day. Like, I'm excited about the business. I'm excited that me and my husband both get to work from home and spend more time with our kids. And we just built this brand new house, and life has just given us so many blessings in the past 2 years since we found Prove It. And I'm so thankful for all of those things. But I'm so happy that I'm able to do something that really makes me feel good about what I'm doing. So you can make all the money in the world and do all the things and work all the side jobs and sell all the candles and leggings, but there's never going to be anything like this that is truly making a huge impact like what we're doing here at Prove It with ketones. So if you aren't joining us yet, like if you're not already in it, I just want to encourage you to hop on board, not just because we want you on our team because we're the best team ever in the whole world, but because I want you to feel the way that I feel. Like, I want you to lay your head down on your pillow at night and know, you know what, like Mandy just said, I'm about to change these ladies' lives. That's how we feel every day. Every time I talk to someone, I'm like, I'm about to help change your life. You know what I mean? So I'm just fired up too. Sorry. That got me going.
now I even have to go on top of that, and then we can let people ask real questions.
Okay, sorry.
Like, these ladies are freaking crazy. But like, I also want to say, like, on top of what Jess just said, like it makes me really proud and excited when she gets to mention my name in her story. Like, when she says, like, I'm grateful for Mandy because she introduced me to this. Like, I'm grateful for Mandy because she shared this with me. Like, that's probably, well, not probably, that is more powerful than whatever income there can be from this. Like, not only do you know you're changing people's lives with the product, but like knowing, like, when I see her Instagram, her husband home with their kids, I know what that means for their family. Like, I know what that means for their kiddos. I know what it means for Steven. I know the impact that makes on them. And like, my name is a part of that, right? Like, clearly they did the work. Clearly they did the hard stuff. They were in the dirt, they were building and sharing and doing the things that you have to do to build a business, but they wouldn't even know about it if I wouldn't have shared it with them. So like, the fact that I get even the smallest mention in that is so, so powerful. So when I hear people talk about how good they feel physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, everything because of our product and our community, and I know I played a part in that, like, that's really cool. And then when I see what it can do for people financially too, just knowing I get to help families do that. So like, that's something, if there's anything about that inspires you, like, I mean, I was a school teacher before this, so I helped impact people's lives for sure. Like, I helped their kiddos, I helped their families. But I gotta tell you, it doesn't feel the same as it does like this for right now. It just really doesn't. Like, I don't know what old Gabriel is doing now. He's probably a dad and married my very first class of third graders. That's how old I am. He's probably a married dad with babies right now. But I don't know what he's up to. Like, I don't know what he's up to. But every person I've introduced to ketones, like, I know what they're up to. Like, I get to be a part of their story. So I doubt he's sitting around a dinner table right now talking about Miss Mandy. Hey, although he might be. I bet you I was his favorite teacher ever.
You never know. We need to find this kid.
I do want to find this kid. I bet he's really cool. He was a cool kid.
Okay, so we don't want to keep you guys on here all night. So I know that the people that are on here are most likely just getting started, or like Brittany said, we've got a couple people who have not even gotten started yet. So I was thinking maybe we could just kind of go over just the first few steps of what you want to do, and then the things that you want to make sure that you're doing daily. So when you first well, there's really no right or wrong. We're just going to give you some tips, some best practices, the things that we did and the things that we've seen over the last 2 years. What's so cool about this, y'all, is this is your business. Like, you're the boss, you're in charge. You can do whatever you want to do. You can work this as much or as little as you want to do it. So I love that. I love being able to just do whatever the heck I want to do. But at the same time, whenever I first started with this, I wanted to make it happen, right? I needed the income. I basically had to make it happen. You can ask Mandy, like, I was terrified. I was like, Mandy, got to do this. I need to make X amount of dollars, or I don't know what the heck we're going to do. I don't know how we're going to pay our bills. So we came in guns blazing. So I don't know where you're at in your journey and how you feel about your business, and if you're looking to make a little bit extra money or a lot of extra money. So I don't know.
That's a good question. Can anybody put in the chat, since I can only see a few faces, and I don't know whether or not people are eye rolling us or if they're like, woohoo! Since I don't know, can anybody put in the chat, like, are you looking to make a little bit of money, a lot of extra money, like earn free product? What are your thoughts here? And then Jessica can keep talking. I know Renee is like mic drop trying to make it rain with pretend money right now, so I know where she is. She said, Chelsea said all the monies. Okay, you keep talking, Jess. I just want to see people's answers.
No, I love that. That's one of the first questions that we like to ask, because that really depends on your next steps. But basically, once you get started, the key is to decide really how you want to build, how you want to share. I think it's great to do. We have several different ways that you can share this, and I think it's great to have a combination of all of them. But we've got some people who love social media, and I'm one of those. I'm an oversharer. I've always used social media. Before I ever was doing Prove It or really anything, I've always just been like, here's what I ate today. Here's what I did today. Here's all the things that I'm sure you really don't care about, but I'm going to tell you about them anyway. So that's always been me. And then we have people who come into this business and they don't even have a Facebook, or if they do, they have like 7 friends. And so if that's you, if you're somebody who's kind of just getting started with social media and it's not your strong suit, that's okay too. You can still be really successful here by getting face-to-face with people and having your keto life parties and all those things. So I think just starting out, you need to just kind of take a step back and just evaluate yourself. Which one are you? Are you a social media person, or are you a face-to-face person? Let's figure that out first. If you are face-to-face and you want to build your social media, we can help you do that. We have some great resources, some great videos that we can tag you in. We can help you one-on-one with some coaching on how to build your social media. But just so you know, those things take a little bit of time, right? You're not going to be able to wake up tomorrow from watching a video and be this incredible social media guru who just builds this insane business overnight. That does take a little bit of time. So like I said, I've been working on it for years. A lot of people think, oh, well, you did this, just by using social media. Well, you can do it too if you have a huge following, if you're, really big into it. But if not, that's okay too. We'll work on it. But the other one is, like Mandy said, what she did tonight. She had a keto life party in her kitchen with one person, with her neighbor. So if you don't know what a keto life party is, I'll go over I'll go over it with you really super quickly, because this is how easy it is. It'll take me like 5 seconds to tell you. You shake up ketones, 1 flavor, 2 flavor, 3 flavors, whatever you want to do, with someone else. You tell them your experience, how you feel, what this has done for you. If you're just brand new and you're just getting started drinking ketones and you drank it one time, your experience can be, hey, I just started drinking this yesterday. The taste was amazing. Here's what I'm looking forward to. This is the experience that my friend Brittany had, and I'm looking forward to experiencing this. I would love for you to experience it with me. Or maybe you've been drinking it for a little while and you have a great story of your own. But what you want to do is share your experience, let them taste it, And then the rest is get them connected to somebody else. So if you don't have someone local who you're working with who can come with you and do the Keto Life Party thing with you, do what we're doing right now, y'all. This is a Zoom, so it's basically like a FaceTime call or whatever, but I feel like I'm sitting in the kitchen with Renee. I feel like I'm in the car with Rebecca. Like, I feel like I'm right here with y'all, even though we're miles and miles apart. So when you get together with your 1 or 2 friends or your room full of friends or whoever the heck it is, your coworkers at work, and you're just getting started, you may not feel comfortable, right? You may not feel like that you can do that on your own. Well, take the pressure off. Let one of us Zoom in or FaceTime in or whatever and talk to your people and give them our experience, because I can tell you right now, like, I'm so sure of what this product has done for me and how excited I am about it and how much everyone needs it. When they hear it from me, they're going to know that it's the gospel, right? And when they hear it from somebody who just got started drinking it and they're like, well, I hope this works. It tastes really good. You know, they may not be as excited about it. So there's power in third party. So whether you're doing a Keto Life Party or you're using social media and you're sharing online, you always want to have someone else to validate. So this is huge. If you take anything away from this Zoom, I want you to hear me now. You don't have to know it all. You don't need to know it all. And even if you do, act like you don't, because you always want to involve someone else in your conversations. Mandy and I have been doing this for over 2 years, and I know personally that I still use Mandy in my third-party conversations. Like, I'm not an expert, and I don't want to be, and I most likely will never be, but I do know a lot more than I did 2 years ago whenever I first got started. But I still know the power of that third party, so I use Mandy in my conversations. So if you're doing it with a face-to-face, you can answer as many questions as you can, and then after that, get them connected with somebody else. If you're doing it on social media, it's so easy to just pop them into a group message. And here's the kicker. Don't make it weird, right? Like, you don't want to say, hey, do you mind if I get you connected to my upline? Like, first of all, never say upline ever. So if you have that language in your head from maybe something that you've heard in the past or something that you've done in the past, let's erase that. So you never want to say upline, and you never even want to make the ask. You just want to pop them into a group message or a group text and keep it really casual. So I like to say, hey girl, I use hey girl for everything, so it's just who I am. Hey girl, this is my friend Mandy. And if you're brand new, you can say this. I have just gotten started with this, and she's been drinking this stuff for a while, so she knows all the things. I'm going to let her help answer your questions. Hey Mandy, this is my girl Amy. She just watched the campfire video and she's super excited, but she has a few questions for you. So I've made a really great casual, normal, not weird introduction. So Mandy knows who she's talking to. Amy, my friend who just watched the campfire video, knows who Mandy is, and everyone feels comfortable. So for all of you guys who are brand new or who haven't even gotten started yet, do you hear how easy that is? Like, you don't have to learn things. Like, you will learn as you go. We don't want you to come in and think, like, okay, here's, for example, Brittany. We've talked about how busy Brittany is. She's a full-time teacher and a full-time coach, and her life is insane. When she first got started in Prove It, do you think she had hours to spend reading up on the comp plan, learning about ketones, figuring out how all this jazz worked? Like, she didn't have time to do any of those things. But what she did use her time wisely. And so with the time that she did have, she went out and she started sharing this with people, and she would just get them connected to us. And she still does that to this day. So that's what I want to encourage you guys to do, whether it's via social media or in person. Go talk to everybody that you can about this, and then take a step back, get them connected to somebody else. I love how, I don't know if you guys even know who Michael Rutherford is yet, but you soon will know. He's one of our support leaders, and one of the very first people who was ever in Prove It. and he's literally insane. The funniest man you've ever heard in your life. So when you hear him, you're going to be like, this dude makes over $2 million a year or what? Because his personality is just wild. But he's so good at what he does. And he's in Mexico right now because we're actually launching there like next month. So he's there working with some Mexico teams that he's got going. But an analogy that he uses that I just think is hilarious, and it makes all the sense in the world. What we want you to do is be a fisherman, right? So you go out there and you go fishing and you get all the fish you can and you throw them into the boat. And then you let us clean them and cook them and take care of them. So what we want you to do is just catch as many fish as you possibly can and throw them into the boat. Let us do the work, y'all. And by us, I mean, it doesn't have to be just Brittany. It doesn't have to be just Renee. It doesn't have to just be the person that you're directly connected to, because we have a whole team of people who are here to support you and help you. So if you want to do this and you want to go fast, you can. If you want to take it a little bit slower, you can do that too. Whatever you decide, you let us know, and we're going to give you the direction that you need to go in. Because I don't want to just come at you super hard and be like, everybody stay up all night and message 4,000 people, like, because I just think that a lot of times we get so excited because we know what we want and we know how we wanted to do this and we know how we did do it. We forget that not everybody's like that. So whenever we're doing a big Zoom like this, I just don't want you to be scared. Like, we'll work with you where you're at and how you want to be worked with. Mandy, what did you want to add to that?
I think that was amazing. And the only thing I really would add is that for those of you who are just thinking about getting started or who have just gotten started, I think the number one thing that can be a little bit overwhelming is thinking like, exactly who am I going to share this with first, whether you're an in-person kind of person or you want to do social media or whatever. And here's what I'm going to encourage you to do and challenge you to do. A couple of things. Don't do what I did, which was I tried to learn all the things and have all of the experience before I told anybody. So I'm actually very lucky that Jessica is still my friend and speaks to me, because I drank the product for about 3 weeks before I even told her about it. That was not a good conversation. There is no good conversation that you can have with a friend where you found something awesome and you enjoyed it for as long as you could before you shared it with them. Like, she didn't want me to get skinny and then tell her how I did it. She wanted to do it with me. So like, I learned the hard way that you don't keep it a secret waiting for your 30-pound weight loss before you tell people. And I learned that I didn't need to learn everything before I told people. And what I really learned is to tell the people you care about the most first. So I just want you to think of this as you're getting ready to start talking to people about the product. If you want $1 million on a radio talk show thing and the phone rings and you pick it up and it's whoever has a radio show now, I don't know anybody with a radio show, but it's this person on the radio and they say you want $1 million and here's what's really cool. You can come down to the station and pick it up, but you have to bring 4 other people with you. You got to split it between 5 of you. You're each going to get $200,000. Isn't that cool? You'd be losing your mind. That's amazing. I want $200,000 from the radio show right now. That'd be cool. I want that. I'm not going to make a post on Facebook that says, yo, I just won $1 million and I get to split it with 4 people. Hit me up if you want the deets. Like, you're not going to make a post on a generic website. The very first thing you'll do is you'll call the people you care about the most. And so I just want you to think about that. Like, who are the people you care about the most? Who is your best friend? Who is your mom? Who's your dad? Who's your sister? Who are the people that you love and you care about, who you want to feel better, and who would at least just check it out because they love and care about you and respect you? That's who you really want to think about first. And then we can go in whatever direction you want to go. We can do social. We can do belly to belly. We can do keto life parties. We can do whatever you want to do. We can do any combination of those things, but I highly suggest when you're like, where do I even start? That's where you start. Because picking up the phone, I actually did something just like this. I sent a little text to Jessica, our friend Ashley, another friend Kelly, and I was like, I need y'all to hop on this Zoom real quick because I got to tell you something. I'm sure they all thought I was like having twins or something like that. But really, I just held up a packet and I was like, I found this stuff, and if you drink it, it puts you in ketosis in 60 minutes or less. Like, and that was it. But I called them first. Well, and then I called my mom.
That kind of leads me into like your first goal, right? When you first get started, I know you guys have seen the Go Challenge, right? So if you're still in your Go Challenge, comment below in the comments and let me know who all in here is in your Go Challenge. That's your first thing that you're working towards, right? So it's time limited. You only have 14 days to hit that GoPro. Well, even if you bought a promoter pack and you've got all these trials coming that you're going to want to share with people, I get it. You're going to want to share them quickly because you want to make your money back that you invested. But you only have 14 days to hit that GoPro. So think about it like this. If you wait to get your trials, you get them in the mail or get them delivered, you let them drink them for a few days and get an experience. A lot of times your 14 days is either up or almost up before you even have people who are ready to order. So the people that are going to be part of your GoPro bonus that are going to help you hit that are those ones that Mandy just talked about, the people who know and love and trust you. You know, when Mandy first told me about this, I didn't have to think about it for a few days. I didn't even have to look it up. I didn't even give a rip. Like as soon as she told me what it said it was going to do, and then she sent me the campfire video, like honestly, I probably wouldn't even have had to watch that campfire video. Like I just love Mandy. She's one of my best friends in the whole world. I trust her. So when she said that she found something that was amazing and I needed to try it, I was like, take my money, right? I was like, here's my credit card. Even though I didn't even have the money at the time because I was just in such a really bad financial situation, I was ready for a change. I was ready for something to make me feel better. So who are those people? Like sit down and think about it. Who are your closest friends in your family who are going to trust what you say? Those are the people that you want to talk to first. And then from there, if you did get a promoter pack, which hopefully you guys did, I know the ones that are listening to this that aren't already in, I'll tell you really quick. I didn't have the money when I first got started either because, like I said, I was in a really bad spot. So, but I also knew at the same time, like I felt like that this was what God had sent me. I felt like that this is what was going to change my life, and I wanted to give it the best shot and do everything the right way. So I got a credit card and put my promoter pack on a credit card. So if you are not comfortable with that, no pressure. Please do not take this as a pressure call, like to try to get you to buy a promoter pack. But I just want to let you know the importance of it, like what it did for me in my business. By having that promoter pack and spending that money and having those trials on hand, I was able to get this into more hands, right? The people who maybe weren't my best friends and didn't completely know and love and trust me were able to drink it for a few days and have an experience, and they're hooked, right? I mean, 9 times out of 10, once you start drinking ketones, like you have to have it. You can't go a day without it. So having those trials on hand is going to be a huge business booster for your business. But besides that, you get these really cool extra benefits. And I was like, I have to have that. You get rank 5 pay for a year. So you probably are like, what the heck's rank 5? Basically, it just means more money. And you also get double commission on any promoters that you bring into your business. So that also means more money. It depends on who you are and how quick you work and how many promoters you bring into your business for those first 30 days. But I know for me personally, for Mandy too, and for Brittany, we came in and got to work and started sharing this with everybody and trying to get as many people to do it with us as we could. And those double commissions in those first 30 days literally meant thousands, y'all, thousands of extra dollars because we got that promoter pack. So like I said, no pressure. If you're not interested in doing that, or if you just can't swing it, no big deal. You can still come in and crush this business. We're going to help you however you can get in, but I just like to stress how important it is if you can make it happen. So besides your GoPro bonus, the next thing that you're going to be working towards is MVP. So if this is all like Chinese to you guys, the ones who aren't already in yet, don't worry because our system is so cool. You get your own little cloud back office and it's so neat and it tells you everything you need to do and like has these little bars and it shows you how much volume you need and all this kind of cool stuff. So it's kind of a no-brainer. You really don't even have to think about it. You just have to share this with as many people as you possibly can, especially in your first 30 days, because you can get an extra $750 just in bonus money on top of your regular commissions. So y'all, $750 for me was a game changer because that's what kind of situation I was in. So I don't know who you are and who I'm talking to and what your situation is, but if $750 in 30 days sounds like something that could work for you, could help you out, we can help you do that for sure. Mandy, anything else you want to say about that?
Yeah, I was just going to say that the experience pack, the Nat experience pack, even though it can be a little bit daunting to spend that money, and Jess already explained what the benefits were, I think the number one thing to remember is that you ultimately don't pay for it. So when you buy the experience pack, and you pull your own 3 boxes out so that you can drink 2 servings a day for the next 30 days, what you have left when you sell them as 5 and 10 day trials, you can literally make back the entire purchase amount. So it's like getting your own 3 boxes for free and sharing ketones with all of those people, plus getting all of those bonuses. So, even though it was a little scary for me to spend the money right away because I was in a similar position as Jess, I really didn't have the money and we did have to put it on a credit card. And I knew, gosh, like I'm going to have to make this money back. I literally made the money back before it ever arrived and actually didn't even have enough to keep for myself and had to order another one so that we could do it again. So again, that's also very indicative of the fact that Jess and I literally were in a position where we were like, we have to do this. So we did it. But like I said, everyone is interested. I'm literally getting text messages from the girl who was here tonight with all the women whose houses she stopped at on her way home to probably find out whether or not we were normal. Clearly we passed the test. And to say this is what I learned. And so she's telling me all the people that are going to come with her on Wednesday. So it wouldn't be hard. It isn't difficult to sell them as sample packs so you can get all of your money back. And so I just think that's an important thing to remember too, that you aren't stuck with anything. We're not asking you to invest in a way that you can't recoup all of your money. So go ahead. Sorry, Jess.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say one more thing. And I think that this is kind of where it gets uncomfortable, right? It's easy to share ketones. It's easy to talk about the fat loss and the better sleep and your experience and all those things. It's easy to share that with people, but it seems like it's a little bit harder for some, not everyone, but for some to share the business side. I don't know. I guess it's just one of those things you're uncomfortable talking to people about money or financial, just different things like that. But I'm telling y'all, the business part of this, of what we have here, to me personally, means more than the product. So I love ketones. I don't go a day without them, and I pray I never have to. But I just want you guys to know, the business changed everything for me and my family. So I always think about that. That's always in the back of my head. Anytime I'm sharing ketones with somebody, I share the business opportunity. I'm not weird. I don't call it a business opportunity. I don't say join my team. I don't send them any kind of long copy and paste. I'm very real and I'm very relatable, and I just say something. I just mention it to them. And that way, if they are interested, they at least know it's there. You know what I mean? I don't have to wonder if they would be interested or not because I asked them if they were. All they can do is say no. So if you want to do this and you want to go fast and you want to build a really big business, you cannot do it by yourself. You could have all the customers in the world. You could have a million bazillion customers, but you're never going to go as fast and as big as you want to go if you don't have anybody else doing what you're doing. So if you really want to do this, you want to start off with, like Brittany, she started as a customer and a promoter. She started as a promoter. She'd never even been a customer. And she started both on the same day. And she can tell you that she's so thankful that she did. I'm sure, Brittany. I mean, tell us a little bit about that decision and what made you decide to do that.
I mean, kind of like you, I was like hungry for physical change, which my product results, I can tell people off of this, have been unreal. Rebecca Hallmark made fun of me already because I said this at the KLP that I poop every day, and that's a big deal for me. So I don't care who makes fun of me. But I was just looking for like physical change too. And so I just wanted to share with you guys, like when Mandy and Jessica mentioned that you don't have to know everything about the product, like I still don't know a lot about anything. Like I'm not an expert. And I think the best thing that I've ever done in this business from day one is tell people that I don't know. And then I just immediately get them connected, because I could sit here and have a conversation with anybody. But when I joined as a customer and a promoter in the first day, like most of you guys, I have a full-time job. You know, I'm teaching from 8 to 4, and then I'm coaching until 10 p.m. at night on game nights. And so I really do utilize, you know, third-party validation and connect other people to Jessica, to Mandy, to Nicolette, or whoever it will be. And I know some of you have told me personally, you're like, you know, I just don't have the results to share. Like, you don't have to have results to share. I went and shared Nicolette's, or just shared my excitement to try something new, because I can admit, I don't know if anybody else can, but I've spent a lot more money on dumber things. And literally, this has changed my life. And the only box I ever paid for was my first. So I mean, it's changed my life. It became my main source of income in 4 months, and I am not bragging about that whatsoever. I feel so blessed that I have an entire Prove It family, 2 of which are on the phone right now, and then I've gotten to know other people on this phone call on a more personal level as well. So I always tell people, you know, get in where you fit in, but I 100%, 110% can say I am so happy I joined as a promoter and a customer in the same day, because I've got friends from college who have, at this point, they've heard about ketones, and it sucks because they didn't hear it from me.
Oh, that's the worst.
What I heard someone say on the call the other day is, as cheesy as this sounds, is like everybody in the world is going to hear about ketones, and it's just whether or not we're going to be the prophets to go share the product with them. And so I love that I got in the same day, sharing and drinking it day one. And there's several of you on the phone that can do that as well. So
I think
every time. And
oh, there she is.
you froze for a second.
And I like to say too, like I was praying for something. I mean, luckily Mandy knew that. And so, you know, she felt like she needed to tell me about the business side too. But I always keep in the back of my mind, like, who else is praying for something like this? Like, because nobody else knew. I didn't put it on my Facebook. I didn't talk to my friends and family about our financial situation and my mental situation and how bad I was struggling with the fact that I didn't know what I was going to do or where my life was headed, right? Nobody really knew that except for just a very, very small group. But so who else out there is just like me? Probably a whole ton of people, right? And so every day, guys, when you're talking to people about ketones, when you're sharing it with them, just at least give them the opportunity to let you know if this might be something that they want to do. Because I'm telling y'all, the product is great. It's changed my life, but the business has changed my life even more. So remember that. And when you're trying to hit those bonuses too, like you don't have to do it on your own. It doesn't have to be just you getting a bunch of customers. If you can get some people sharing with you, you're going to hit your bonuses even quicker. You're going to hit those ranks even quicker. You're going to hit your car bonus, y'all. You can get a car. I don't know if you knew that or not, but that's a pretty cool part. That's one of the first things that I saw, and I was like, what? I mean, I drove a PT Cruiser for 100 years. If y'all don't know what that is, like, hello. And then the nicest car that I ever had was a Ford Explorer, and I thought I was driving a stinking Rolls Royce, right? Like that felt amazing to me to be able to drive a Ford Explorer. And then when we came in to Prove It and I saw the car bonus thing and I saw this list of these luxury vehicles, a Range Rover, a Lexus, like a Porsche, Jaguar, all these different things that I could possibly drive one day. That really got me fired up, right? So y'all can do it too. I mean, I'm telling y'all, I'm from Alabama. My town is this big around. I have a high school education. There is zero things that are extraordinary about me whatsoever. But I knew what I had my hands on. I know what I have my hands on, and I'm going after it and not stopping. So there's absolutely zero reason that every single one of y'all can't do what I did, or do it even better or faster than what I did it. You know what I mean? Sorry.
And Mandy, you can relate to this. When I pull up at school, my student athletes and my kids, they'll see me in the Jaguar F-Pace. I still drive like a grandma because I'm so afraid for people to hit me. And they're like, how do you afford that? Aren't you on a teacher salary? I thought teachers didn't make any money.
Teachers don't make any money. They don't make any money.
One day.
You can't afford a Jaguar F-Pace on a teacher's salary. So it's really cool. Brittany and I have matching cars, and for 2 seconds I didn't like her anymore because I wanted to have the only Prove It Jaguar F-Pace. But then I was like, all right, it's fine because I actually like Brittany, and I don't understand why more people don't have this car because it is really cool. As a matter of fact, my lease is up in 11 months and I will go get another one. I will just get the new version of the same car. Like, no, I'm not buying it because if you buy it, you don't get the same tax write-offs. Leasing is better. And I want the new one. Like, I want a new one. Don't you want new stuff?
I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, can you guys bring up like maybe something that they could do for like a post for those who want to do social media? Maybe they could use the reboot right now to gauge some interest. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I would say it depends on whether or not you've already been drinking the product, about what you could post on social media. And so that's going to be something really personal for each person who's thinking about getting started. If you've had an experience, what?
Sure.
Oh, okay. Hey, my girl from Denton that came over just ordered. Jack just showed me the post. Isn't that so exciting? It also might mean that I am currently, Jessica and Nicolette and I raced to 2000. Why? I don't really know what we raced to, but we just raced to see who has more stuff at the end of the month. So I might be winning now. Anyway, long story short, what was I even saying? Oh, what you might want to post on social media to create curiosity will kind of be independent on either what you've already experienced or what you're excited about experiencing. So you might want to like plug in with whoever invited you to this call and let us help you create your first post. That being said, our Keto Reboot program is available right now, and it's only available until Thursday. It's something that we do together as an entire community. It's a fasting program. Fasting is also a really hot topic in the ketogenic space right now. It's another really popular conversation. So it's really powerful. We've got tons of before and after pictures that you can use and share. And it might just be really cool to say something like, hey, you guys, like I'm looking into doing a metabolic reset. Check out some of these results that some friends of mine have had. Takes less than 3 days. Is there anyone that would be interested in doing it with me? Just to kind of see what sort of interest you get, and then we can connect with those people and explain to them the reboot. What's really cool about starting out with that type of a post or talking about the reboot is that we really only have a couple of days left in order to be able to get it. So it creates kind of a sense of urgency for people, and they're more likely to place an order because if they don't order by Thursday, they won't get to order it. So it is a powerful tool, not only for people's health and wellness, but it's also a powerful business tool too. So if that's something you're interested in doing, I would say, get with whoever you're going to be working with directly, and we can help you make a post on Facebook to get some interest.
Mandy, what was the post that you made that time? I think kind of everybody copied after you made it, but it was so good. It was just something super simple, like
raise your hand if you ever felt like your metabolism needed a reset button.
Literally, that was the most genius post ever. So if you haven't done one like that before, and most of you guys are brand new, so you probably haven't, I definitely recommend that because
I can't post that anymore. People are sick of it.
They're like, okay, Nate, we know you're talking about the freaking keto reboot, Mandy. But if you're new, people are gonna be like, what? I want to do that. I mean, everyone wants to reset their metabolism, right? That's the biggest complaint that we hear, especially as women. You're like, oh, my metabolism. So whenever you post that, everybody's like, me. They have no clue what you're talking about. Listen, guys, don't let the cat out of the bag. Okay, so people are having to go, okay, sorry, I know this is getting a little crazy long, but if you have to, what you want to do is create curiosity, like make the people wonder what you're talking about. Never ever post your website. Never post exactly what you're talking about. Maybe later on into the game you can, because you've just been doing it for a while, but especially as a new promoter in the beginning, keep it super vague. The people that comment, right underneath their comment, you want to reply and say, sending you a message. That also makes people wonder even more. They want to get the message. They're having FOMO. They want to know what the heck's going on. So you're going to have more and more and more and more people who are commenting, wanting to know what you're talking about. And then you're going to take it all to private conversation, share with them your keto reboot link, have them watch that video. That's the first thing I do. Like I'll say something like, oh my gosh, girl, I'm so excited. I would absolutely love for you to do this with me. I'm looking for some accountability partners. Do you have a couple minutes to watch this super short video? That's what I send to every single new person that's curious. I pop them my keto reboot link. I say, watch this. Let me know what you think. If they don't respond, I come back to them. I'm like, hey girl, did you have a chance to watch it? When they do respond, same thing I told y'all earlier, pop them into a group message with somebody else and let somebody else do all the work and answer all the questions. So hopefully that's understandable. I'll try to say that really, really fast because it's 10 o'clock. Brittany, do you feel good about that? Do you feel like we did an okay job?
Oh, no. Renee raised her finger. Renee had a question.
I loved it. I absolutely loved all of it. And I can, if anybody is feeling overwhelmed, trust me, you are not alone, because I felt that same way on the first day because I joined as a promoter and a customer. So just at the end of the day, like she said, if you're going to take anything away from this call, is it that you do not have to do this alone. That is what we are here for. Don't try and be the expert. Utilize your third-party validations. And there's so much that can be learned just from sitting back and doing your full-time job and letting someone else carry it through. So I loved it, and I'm super, super grateful for y'all's time.
Well, you're welcome. I'm sorry that it got a little long, but when you get me and Mandy on a Zoom, you might as well be prepared for about 5 or 6 hours.
We can keep going. I mean, that's fine.
Jack just said to the lady who left our house earlier, her name's Andrea. I'm going to stop calling her the lady. But Jack just said to Andrea, who left our house a little earlier, because she said she was going to bring people back. And she was like, oh, a couple of them have real big personalities. And Jack's like, and you're going to introduce them to Mandy? You guys know you're just going to be talking in the middle of our kitchen till 2 a.m, right? Because you can't get her to shut up as it is.
All right. And I also have this recorded. So if you guys have some promoters who didn't get to hop on and want to watch this, we'll get it to you ASAP. Okay. Yeah. Brittany said, does anybody have a question real quick before we hop off?
That's if people know how to unmute when they're on the phone because they're afraid to show their faces. I'm just kidding. A lot of people are busy.
Yeah. Someone sent me a picture of 1-832-7953298.
That is the 3298 is Joey Bolanos. I was actually just talking to him because he has family in Mexico.
What?
Really?
He's I don't know if he can unmute himself, but he's been a customer for a while and has just had an unbelievable product experience and is just waiting to hit that little career move and button. Because I mean, I don't know if y'all saw his response earlier about what he wanted out of it. He texted me.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, he said, from Joey, I want to make money and be satisfied that I'm doing something good for others.
Boom.
Love it.
Where you need to be, boo.
Yep.
Okay, are we good?
Yep, I'm hopping off. I haven't eaten yet today, but FYI, if you need any other piece of information tonight, it's that you can literally drink 1 can of these and never think about food again for the rest of the day.
Go eat your nasty keto cheese puffs.
No, they're so good. My birthday's literally in like a week. Can you send them to me?
Yes, with a bow.
Hello.
Okay, love y'all.
Bye.
Bye, guys.